What is up, everybody? It's or Rebel Inks Art here again with another... No, gosh, I was gonna say the character design challenge thing again! When am I gonna stop doing it? Okay, it's fine. We're good. Welcome back to... What is Monday's thing called? Creative Corner. We're here at Creative Corner. Animal Crossing. We're drawing this... It's a mess. I'm keeping it. We're rolling with it. This is fine. This is how today's going. This is where our Monday is at. We're gonna call things the wrong names. We're gonna scream into our hands. We're gonna make just some terrible audio for people to listen to. And it's all gonna be fine. We are drawing our second half of our little Animal Crossing challenge of drawing the first 4 characters you can get in Pocket Camp as humans. We're starting with Rosie. Hi Rosie, how you doing, babe? You looking beautiful. You can already see I did the rough sketch. I'm doing the cleaned up sketch. For Rosie, I wanted to really emphasize the fact that she is one of the cute type villagers. I tried to really give her just an absolutely adorable outfit, really cute expression. I just wanted her to feel like somebody who you could trust with your life. I wanted her to be just really, like nice, comforting. Like, she's not your big sister, but you kind of consider her to be your big sister just because you know she's got your back and she'll take care of you and be nice and wonderful no matter what. And you 100% are inviting her to, like, the family dinner and Christmas and all that jazz. I just wanted her to have that very comforting aura to her. So I gave her a cute pair of overalls and a nice little baby doll tee with the pattern that her outfit in the game has. Those little very brightly random colored squares. To be honest, I couldn't make heads or tails of her outfit. So I just winged it to the best of my ability and called it a day. And I think it turned out pretty okay. Tried to give her the same pose that she has in her amiibo card, but if you paid attention in the very beginning while I was screaming into my hands, you would have noticed that I was having a hard time trying to find a pose that looked comfortable, because in the amiibo card, if you're familiar with it, she has her arm like pointed straight up in the air, which looks super cute with the tiny, cute little chibi Animal Crossing models, but when I was trying to translate it into a person, it just looked really stiff and rigid, and a greater artist would have been able to get it to work. I couldn't. So I just put it down, gave her a much more comfortable pose in my opinion, and just kind of called it, I don't want to say called it a day, that sounds like giving up, but I just worked with what I was able to accomplish in the moment. Oh, that was like nice. That feels nice. I worked with what I was able to do in the moment. I like that. I'm gonna use that one later. That feels wonderful. It's like I did my best, and I know someday I'll be able to do better, but that day is not today, so I'll be happy with what I can accomplish. I gave her nice big old round eyes to kind of match her character model. Gave her that happy little open smile. Gave her a short haircut with the bangs coming down in the front to mimic the little bangs we see on her character model. I wish I would have worked in some cat elements in a little bit, but oh well. Went more with the spirit of the thing than some literal translations. I think my favorite part of this design was definitely her color palette. I feel like I'm really happy with how it turned out. She's super cute. Rosie is a fun one. I was looking forward to doing Rosie from the very beginning. Rosie and Goldie I knew were going to be my favorites to do. And that is partially just because I have a lot more practice drawing girls than I do drawing more masculine characters. But shockingly enough, Apollo actually turned out pretty darn good too. I'm happy with Apollo. Did make me notice that I need to draw men a lot more. I'm very rusty, which is my own darn fault, but we'll see more of that in the future. Apollo was definitely a good motivator, though. Giving her some cutesy little vintage style shoes. I think my sister has these shoes, but they were ones that I saw while I was scouring Pinterest to do my little shoe relearns, and when I was thinking about how to design her character, I figured it would be a nice, cute little shoe to give her. So heading in there, putting down some sloppy colors. I end up toning down the blue of her hair just a little bit more because I feel like it's a little too vibrant. And then we're heading in there and we're cleaning things up. I ended up shading her eyes differently than I have been doing for the rest of the series, so she might look a little out of place, and I feel a little silly for doing that, but I've been experimenting with different ways to do eyes. and this is one of the different ways I've been messing with, and it's something that I feel like looks super cute, but I haven't quite felt comfortable with making that like complete transition yet. And there we are, toning down that hair, filling in her smile, giving her a little lip color. And I think this was the part where I started getting a little unfocused because I put on The Hunchback of Notre Dame because I felt the need to rewatch it. So there's a couple little times where I pause here. I managed to be pretty good about catching myself. And then cleaning up those shoes, adding the soles. And then I believe we're going to start in on that. Oh, no. Before we do the shading, I had to do that design on the t-shirt. So here I am trying to do some squares to the best of my ability and then coloring them in to kind of match the weird mishmash square thing that's going on. And then I accidentally forgot to unpause as I was doing the last bit, so we kind of jumped to the finished product, but I'm pretty darn happy with it. So really, we didn't miss much on the technical side. It was just me filling in different squares. That is a bad habit I need to get out of, though. I'm glad that I can pause things so I can get up and, eat food and take care of my cats when I need to, but now I've gotten into the habit of pausing too frequently and not remembering to unpause. So I need to find a solution to that bad boy. I just create more problems for myself. I'm real dang good at it. And after finishing that up, we are starting on Apollo. Apollo, I wanted to make sure he turned out okay, because I wasn't super happy with Jay, and definitely Jay is like my least favorite out of all of these. Just because I'm not good at kids, and I'm not good at drawing boys and men, so he was kind of a double negative, which did not cancel itself out, unfortunately. But for Apollo, I used a lot of reference images. I put the plural in the wrong spot. Googled the phrase hipster men a lot, because that was kind of the aesthetic I wanted Apollo to have. Since he is the cool type, I wanted to go with something that was currently relevant to being a cool kid lately. And I'm really happy with just kind of the aesthetic I ended up putting down for him. He feels very, very trendy, like the kind of guy that I would expect to run into at work, but I don't ever actually run into at work. Whenever I used to think about the coffee shop I work at, I thought it was where all the cool kids hang out, but now I know it's just like where the soccer moms and the construction workers hang out, which isn't bad. I love my job, but it's not at all what I anticipated before I started working there. And then heading in there, the main aspect of Apollo's design in Animal Crossing is his, I guess it's just a zipper shirt, but I've always interpreted it as being a leather jacket, and so I wanted to give him a very cool, detailed leather jacket. And definitely, like, all the wrinkles and stuff on this gave me a bit of a hard time, but I stuck through it. And I'm happy with the result, like, really happy, so. And then I accidentally, again, speaking of the old thing that I just brought up, I forgot to unpause while finishing up the rest of the clean sketch, but it's okay, we didn't miss much. Just me drawing some shoes and some pants that are pretty basic. It's the combat boots that I tend to do pretty frequently, and just some skinny jeans. So we'll see that when I'm lining it. And then we're going in here, doing that line art. I ended up giving him some piercings that I didn't have in the rough sketch, so I gave him that earring that I think was in the rough sketch, and the eyebrow piercing that definitely wasn't in the rough sketch. Just because I felt like it was going to make him a little bit more punk rock, a little cooler. Kind of fit with that leather jacket aesthetic. And then all those wrinkles. So many wrinkles. Apollo's color palette is pretty limited too, considering he's just an eagle, so it was a lot of blacks and whites. But one thing I did want to make sure I included was I wanted to have the kind of yellow of his legs, so I made his jeans kind of a mustard yellow, just as a way to kind of pull inspiration from that. Although looking at Apollo, he's kind of got some big bird legs on him, which I high-key love. I would have included that, but I felt like it would have made him look a little tacky. Probably should have been a bit more adventurous. Oh well. And doing those boots. I realized when I was doing the cleaned up sketch that I have a habit of always pointing one foot to the front and one foot out, which I mean, some people stand like that, but I don't think everybody does. So I needed to mix that up a little bit. So I had them both pointing kind of to the front. And then here we are doing the sloppy colors before going in and cleaning him up. Decided to give him yellow eyes to kind of pull inspiration from his yellow beak. Then gave him tan skin, and then I gave him a white bun and a white beard with then his eyebrows and the shaved part of his head being his dark hair. Just because I thought not only was I going to pull some nice inspiration from the eagle aspect of him, but also just kind of be a nice little color contrast. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. Kind of looks like he could be an older brother to one of my other characters, Ryan. Going through cleaning things up. This was a pretty easy one to clean up. Not too many colors going on here. It's all in the details. And then I forgot to put sloppy colors on the boots, which was fine because it's just the same color as the jacket. And then going through doing some shading. I went with orange until I realized how absolutely terrible that looked. And so afterwards I changed it to a purple. Going through and just adding shadows to all the different places where I think shadows would show up. I need to work on my lighting a little bit more. We're gonna see that in a future relearns. And then here we're just seeing those 4 finished illustrations all put up together. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I think there's definitely a lot of things I could have done better, but it was a fun little experience. And I ended up working myself out of a really bad creative funk while doing it, and also finding the inspiration to get a couple other things in order. So even if the art itself didn't turn out great, the experience of it helped me just kind of light a fire under me to get myself going in a good direction. So we're going to start seeing the benefits of that fire here very soon, and I'm very excited to share all that with you. So I hope you enjoyed. This is probably where I'm going to leave it for now, but if you'd like to see me do other Animal Crossing characters, just go ahead and let me know. Drop maybe some character suggestions in the comments if you'd like. If not, we're going to see different things for the next Creative Corner. And I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I've got some real fun things cooking that I can't wait to share with you guys. So until then, I hope you guys have a lovely day. I hope you eat some awesome food, and I hope you make some great art. I love you. Bye-bye!